In this specific video, you're going to learn how to create call to action forms or inquiry forms and customize them. And this is part number one. And part number two, we're going to take the forms and we're going to add them to your WordPress site. So some things to think about before we actually go ahead and create the form. What is your purpose for the form? And what action are you trying to get them to achieve? Are you trying to get them to just contact you, inquire about your product or service, or a quote form? And what email address do you want the inquiries or the quote forms to be sent to? Because you're going to need this information when we set up the forms. So let's go ahead and create a form. Now let's hop on over to WordPress and I'll show you how to create the form. So our goal in this specific video is just to create the form. So what I want you to do is simply log into your WordPress dashboard and go under plugins and click on add new. And we're going to do a search for forms. It can be contact forms, it can be quote form, and so forth. Now, it doesn't really matter which form you use, but if you want to follow along step by step, I'm going to install a specific form called Jazzy Forms. I like this plugin simply because it's easy to create a form. It's a drag and drop system, and I know you'll like it too. So if you go ahead and look at Jazzy Forms, click on Install Now, click OK, and enter your FTP username and password. Click on Proceed. Click Activate Plugin. And there we go. Now with Jazzy Forms, once you've installed it, it's going to be located here. So click on Forms here. And this is it. Now as you can see, you can create a brand new form, and once you've saved it, you'll see it under here. So let's go ahead and click on New. And we're going to call this Contact number 1. And click on Add. And as you can see here, this is a drag and drop system. So all you have to do is drag and drop it over here. And whatever is over here is going to appear on your form. So let's say, for example, that all I need is a name, an email, and a description. So I'm going to put input area. Let's say we're going to put a name here, and I'm going to call it name. ID, I'd put the same thing. And we're going to put the email. So input text. Put another input. Call it email, and I'm going to put a description box, so a text area. Got a text area here. I'm going to say add description, and the ID is just to help you know what is what. And then we'll put an email button there. So I'm going to put email button down here. And I'm going to say submit. Okay, good. So now that that's done, I'm going to click on save, because you want to make sure that you save it at all times and you don't want anything to happen. So we got a name, we got an email, we got to add description, and a submit button. So now we can click on appearance. By default, we're just going to let it load the default theme. If you want to do custom CSS for advanced users, you can do that. In this case, we're going to leave it blank and checked. Click on email, and this basically allows you to customize what people are going to see when they receive an email and so forth. So it says you can use these placeholders to customize the email. So what you can do here is this. And the front field can be your full name. We'll just say first name, last name. And CC could be an email address. Let's say you want a carbon copy or a blind carbon copy of each and every email. And you can put the subject line and a message. And you can customize the message and you can say, hello, name. Thanks for submitting your inquiry to us, etc., etc. And I'm going to show you a conversion tactic and strategy in the next video, which you can apply to the specific area here. But this is just to show you that you can customize everything. Like the from can actually include just name and email, or and so forth. And when you're done, click on save and click on general. We've got the contact form title, ID, and this is the shortcode which you're going to need later on. But I'm going to show you that in the next video. So click on save, and we're pretty much done. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to basically take the shortcode here, add it to a posting page, and also add it to a sidebar.